our oil and we're going to protect it, not because we'd like to protect it for the West. We are protecting our wealth for the generation and future children. What I'd like to make sure about it, every city or area has been liberated, is controlled and organized by committee of people who led the revolution in Libya, who liberated all the land in Libya, can manage, can lead, and can do a good job. There is no need that anybody interfere from outside. We can say to the Italians, you support Gaddafi, and I think that's not good news for them.
In Paris, Nouri al-Mismari, you mentioned that the international community has not done enough, or they've not responded quickly enough. The United States has confirmed sanctions against Libya. The UN Security Council has tabled it. They're deliberating. Might sanctions not serve to strengthen Gaddafi rather than weaken him?
Well, first of all, I would like to precise that, to be honest, thanks to the President of France, Mr. Nicolas Sarkozy, and President Obama, the United States of America, for what they have done and what they have said against Gaddafi. And I would like to appreciate also the speech of Mrs. Hillary Clinton. But I would like to be honest, the Security Council was a bit late. And if it was not thanks to the speech of His Excellency Mr. Abdurrahman Shagam, our former Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he is now the permanent representative of Libya in United Nations, that he explained to them what was happening in his country and what was going on. I don't think so they have done something strong. But what we need now, it's need the support of these countries more to help the people, to stop everything. First of all, they have to stop any flights coming from Africa to Libya. Because if you have heard, it was officially declared by Kenyan government that there are some mercenaries being flown to, Kenyan mercenaries flown to Libya and other parts of Africa. Meanwhile, I presume that the Libyan pilots will not bomb by all means the Libyan citizens. And I think, and I am quite sure of my sources, that there are some foreign pilots using our airplanes and fighting with the fighters over Libya. This is one thing. Now, it will, what happened at the end, it will weaken him up no more. But we know the stronger. We need the help to Tripoli. We need the help to Benghazi to survive and try to help them, because they need medicine, they need food, they need everything. And the only borders they can get through is now the Egyptian border, because all that area, the eastern area, is controlled by the People's Revolutionary People. And this is why I suggest that all helps and all aids, medicine and food, this has to, and especially milk for the children, this has to go through the Egyptian border, and I hope that the Egyptian government will understand that and let it go through.
Okay, passionate appeal there, gentlemen. We have, unfortunately, run out of time. Thank you very much to our guests, Nouri al-Mismari, Mahmoud al-Shamam, and John Hamilton. And thank you so much for joining us here on this edition of Inside Story. As always, we welcome your comments, your suggestions, or your questions. You can email them to us at insidestory@aljazeera.net. Bye-bye.
Unpopular with some at home, untested overseas. The first year has not been easy for David Cameron and his coalition government. In conjunction with YouTube, Al Jazeera asks your questions to the British Prime Minister. World View, an interview with David Cameron at this time on Al Jazeera.
It is in the details. A look. A connection. The moments that reveal the truth. Award-winning documentaries from critically acclaimed filmmakers. Witness documentaries to open your eyes. At this time on Al Jazeera.
All the news, all the time. AlJazeera.net/English.
The Golan Heights, one of the spoils of the 1967 war, home to 20,000 Israelis and source of 1/3 of all Israel's water. But what of the Syrians left behind? With families torn apart and all borders closed, they come to talk to their loved ones across the Shouting Valley. Across the Shouting Valley on Al Jazeera.
People talk about televising the revolution. It's tweeting the revolution, Facebooking the revolution, videotaping the revolution.
A new world driven by new media.
This is a very peculiar moment in media history.
Nobody can force me in 2011 to watch whatever I don't want to watch.
Analyzing the media's role in shaping modern history. The Listening Post, at this time on Al Jazeera.
If you're a Nokia user, you can download Al Jazeera's news widget from Nokia's Ovis store. The news widget, available on compatible Nokia devices, gives users quick and easy access to real-time news updates from Al Jazeera English. See the world in real time. Al Jazeera Mobile.
Debating Libya's fate, the UN Security Council is deciding whether to take tough action against Muammar Gaddafi. We're looking at live pictures there of the council chamber in New York. Already the US president has said it's time for the Libyan leader to go. And this man says he's ready to replace the Libyan leader and is setting up an interim government. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu in Doha. This is Al Jazeera with extensive coverage of the turmoil in Libya, where the uprising against Gaddafi continues, as does the crackdown against it. And we go inside Muammar Gaddafi's underground bunker, which has been looted by protesters demanding his overthrow. We begin the program in Libya, where Muammar Gaddafi is facing relentless pressure to stand down, both from within and outside the country. The United Nations Security Council is about to vote on whether to take action against the Libyan leader. A draft resolution calls for an arms embargo and assets freeze. We're looking at live pictures right now of the council chamber with delegates getting ready to take that vote on the Libyan resolution. There is said to be disagreement over some of the details in that resolution. There have been tough words from the US president, who says Muammar Gaddafi has lost the backing of his people and must step down. Protesters have taken control of most of eastern Libya and are closing in on the capital, Tripoli. Witnesses there say Gaddafi loyalists have been carrying out his orders to kill opponents. Libya's oil production has dwindled as expatriate workers scramble to flee the ongoing unrest. The mass exodus of foreign workers has had knock-on effects across the oil and construction industries. In some parts of the country, work has ground to a halt in recent days. And Libya's ex-Justice Minister Mustafa Mohammed Aboud al-Jalil says he's going to help form an interim government based in Benghazi. We'll hear from him in a moment, but first, Huda Abdelhamid has this report from inside Libya.
Praying to God for help in surviving an intense battle in Zawiya, 50 kilometers west of the capital Tripoli. Gaddafi is the enemy of God, this protester cries out. Seconds later, the gunfire gets much closer. This video was sent to Al Jazeera after being filmed on Saturday morning. Zawiya is a strategic town with an oil terminal where opposition forces are gathering to drive Muammar Gaddafi from his last remaining strongholds.
الآن ليست هناك إلا بعض طرابلس Now there's only Tripoli and a few other towns left. That's why I urge the Libyan people that there's no going back. Going back's impossible. We have to move forward. All the patriotic, courageous and respected Libyan youth should help the people of Tripoli to carry out their duties.
Much of eastern Libya is already in opposition control, but these images, set to be filmed on Friday, show massive protests in Misurata, another western city 210 kilometers from the capital. Al Jazeera cannot independently verify this video or another said to be from Misurata that appears to show more soldiers joining the protesters' cause. Libya's head of special forces, the latest Gaddafi ally, now rallying for his removal.
I place all my expertise and capabilities at the service of the youth revolution. I urge all honest members of the special forces to rejoin their units immediately and to protect the gains of the February 17th revolution and protect the lives of the Libyan people and their property.
And this video shows exactly why Libyans need protecting. Heavily armed men drag away a limp body and stuff it into a car. Uploaded on YouTube, it also can't be verified, but is said to be filmed in Tripoli during Friday's clashes. Painting a different picture, these images, shot by Associated Press on a government-sponsored media offensive under the restrictions of Gaddafi loyalists.
Tripoli is 100% safe. There are no problems. People are going about their business. There are no problems and people are going to work.
It would seem this vision is about as useful as state television to show what's really happening in Libya, or just how much longer its under-siege leader can hang on. Most of the oil-rich East has fallen into the hands of the opposition. There is a sense of security, but it's a volatile situation. The opposition also says it has taken control of oil refineries, now operating at a minimal capacity. For people here, the most important is to retain the gains, keep the momentum, while they wait and see what happens in the west of the country. Hud Abdelhamid, Al Jazeera, Eastern Libya.
Now, the United Nations in New York is considering a broad range of sanctions against Libya. We're looking at live pictures there of the Council chamber at UN headquarters in New York. That's Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations, meeting other delegates to the Security Council there in New York. Let's go now to our correspondent, Kristen Salumi. She's at UN headquarters and has just learned some important information of how this vote will take place. Kristen, what have you